brothers in West Africa, and we're talking about Benin Republic, where a reported coup attempt has raised serious concern across the region. The big question is this becoming a trend? Is this simple but critical? Is this coup attempt a direct threat to democracy, or is it a wake-up call for the entire West Africa region to rethink its current security architecture? Because at this point, West Africa has experienced more coup attempts, let's say, in the last 5 years than in the previous 2 decades, right? Yes, combined. So we're talking about the coup attempt in Mali, and even recently in Burkina Faso, we talk about the coup incident in Guinea, in Niger, and now a near mission in Benin. To help us dissect this very conversation, we're joined by an analyst, Professor Ibrahim Adua Abubakar. You're welcome to the conversation, sir.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so let's dive straight in to the question. First off, what would you even say about the recent coup happening in our neighboring countries, talking about from Benin to even Burkina Faso?
Well, there is not much to say because the grip of power and the quest of power for Africans mostly and in the West Africa sub-region has become something that has gripped as a fear. If you look at today, they are just swearing in the Ivory Coast or Cote d'Ivoire's president for the 4th time. So when you watch it, you find out that the older generation are not ready to relinquish power to the younger generation. Now, when there is no generational change, there is always a conflict and chaos. I think that is what we are experiencing. So I don't call it insecurity at all.
Really? Okay, what does this failed coup attempt, the recent one in Benin, probably tell us about the health of democracy in West Africa, particularly?
As far as I'm concerned, there is no democracy in Africa.
We
shouldn't borrow words to paint ourselves all right, because we has dimensional and diversional system of governance in the whole of Africa, right from time. So what we are taking now is just a borrowed system which has been established in the West. We are not Westerners, we are Africans, and we have our own system. Until the day we identify who we are actually not getting it right.
By our own system, what do you mean?
There is a system that has been with us right from time immemorial till today.
Which is?
Yeah. Whether any way they are going to paint it, we should give it another name, not democracy.
Okay. So in any way, are you saying that a lot of people have, said that during the time of the military era in Nigeria, we experienced less, security concerns, and right now we have the democratic era. We are seeing all the whole mishap in our security forces and all of that. Are we saying in any way that the military era is better, or has given us a better result than the democratic era?
The people saying this don't actually know what leadership is. If you know leadership, you should be able to know what you are saying. During the military era, what is the population of Nigeria? Again, what is the level of awareness?
Okay.
What is the level of enlightenment? What is the level of deprivation? So when you come to these days, is it the same thing? No. Almost everybody is already aware. The level of awareness is high. The level of education is high. The population is much. I think during the military era, Nigeria was still running on a population of 100 and something million people. So now we have about 200 and something million people. So you can't compare now. And again, the access to developmental templates were not the same. As at the military era, I know that how many graduates were we having?
Okay.
And now, even in the NYC, I think we have batch this, series that to the end. Well, in my own time, I think you serve only once. You wait for the next year to serve.
Yeah.
But these days, it is almost every other month. So you can't compare that time to this time. And that is where the problem lies, because we are supposed to be having openness for the younger ones to take over from some of us. I'm not supposed to be working at this time. So that is it.
So are we saying that we have not put, we don't have a good structure to accommodate the increase in our population?
We have never built a structure because we have no direction. You must have a direction before you start building a structure.
Okay, let's talk about still on the coup incident. Now, a lot of people are saying that the Nigerian army were swift in responding to the Benin Republic coup, but somehow they have, kind of lingered, or the whole insecurity in the country has lingered as a result of the lack of swift response, or we've not received the same swift response that the Benin Republic government received in this incident of coup. Is there anything as such?
There is a difference between internal security and compromise, and also there is also a difference between external security and compromise. You are going in there which is external security operations. The operations taking place here is internal security operations. I am not too sure if they give you an aircraft to go and bomb your village, you will go. You won't. So you are going to take some things into consideration. What will the projectile do to your people? But there you are facing it headlong. And again, the whole troop, the whole troop were running on one direction. So it is an easy target. So when you are fighting insurgency, they are not running on one direction. You don't even know where they are. But again, we are here, as I normally say, the insurgency, the insecurity we have here is something we can contain within 6 months and 1 year. The way and manner we go through it, or our operational tactics, strategies, and the rest is what we don't have. So if you look at what is happening here, it is not because we don't have the manpower or the ability to do it, but we are doing it the wrong way.
So are you saying sentiment, the fact that there is no sentiment attached to the Benin Republic help kind of makes it easy to help them than our own people bringing such help into our own country?
The whole thing is you are on surveillance, you are on area view, so you know the target. So it is immediate to actually drop your projectiles. The surveillance mechanisms is not there. So, and then it is diversional, so you don't have an identified target to drop your projectile. That is the difference.
What can we say is the whole effect of the Benin Republic coup? What effect would they have in the ECOWAS community?
It has no effect. Nigerians play the role of big brothers always, whereas we are losing out. We have done that to South Africa. We have done that to Sierra Leone. We have done that to Liberia. We have done that to so many countries. And we have lost over 100 to 200 billion US dollars as big brothers, whereas our people are languishing in poverty. So we are having almost similar problems that we are fighting other countries to input. That is just the whole issue.
Okay, so the fact that we say, or a lot of times it's proven that Nigeria is porous, being that our borders are open. Is there any threats we are expecting, or is there any concerns we should have in that regard? Considering the fact that we are going to help a particular nation, of course, the help would not sit well on every person sitting in that country, right? Is there any concerns we should have, considering our borders, our porous borders, and everything?
The porous borders will still remain porous because we have not think about borders management.
Okay.
Border management, it is its own play and place. Whether we like it today, whether we discuss it, we don't discuss it, as far as we have not done anything about our border, we will still have what the intrusional bodies coming in every day. And the question is, why Nigeria? A lot of people have not tell us why Nigeria. Why is Nigeria a target? Nigeria is a target because we are the richest nation in the whole world.
Okay.
The problem of Nigeria is the problem of Nigeria is we have not been able to convert our riches to wealth. It's not me and you, we are not supposed to suffer from any deprivation. And our leaders don't even know where these riches lies and how to convert these riches to wealth. That is just the problem we have. So in the communion of nations, you find that Nigeria is one of the nations to actually itemize as a country of not particular concern, of identifiable concern.
Identifiable concern, okay. That's interesting. Okay, based on everything we see playing out, it's important that we strategize so that whatever it is we are going to help doesn't, fall back on our own country. What reforms would you say that our government needs to put in place to avoid issues like this?
We are like a trade guide who resolve people's issue, forgetting that he has an issue. So till we identify and see them, particularly look into our own issues, we will still play the fool that we are playing.
How can we do that? What are even the issues? Because sometimes it's better to name your problems. So
we have a lot of issues. We have a bucket full of issues, and we are not ready to identify to those issues. So you are hungry, and you are wearing a wristwatch of 1 million naira. That is just the way we are. to impress somebody who is not even impressed because he knows that you have your challenges.
Yeah.
So that is just the whole issue we have in the country.
If you were to sit with the president now, what is that, top 3 things you would tell him to do?
Of course, I'm not going to sit with president, so I will not even start cracking my brain on if I sit with president.
You never can tell.
I won't sit with president. I am not going to sit with president, so I'm not even thinking of what I'm going to say when I sit with president. So I maintain my lane.
Okay, on your own lane.
Yes.
Okay, let's Let's talk about influences. Do you think in any way that there are international influences, there are international pressures that that all of this is all of what we see right now is responding to?
Well, if I say no, I'm wrong and I'm not being true to myself. So our problem are actually 85 to 90% foreign.
Okay.
It is only 10 to 15% Nigeria.
Why do you say so?
I have my reasons to say so, and I know I can prove it anywhere.
Well, what is that? What is that influence? What is that thing? Maybe we'll just list a few.
Our educational institutions, for one, are we really giving what we call qualitative education to our people? The answer is no, because from 1972 to 1987, 5 Nigerian universities were among the best 25 universities in the world.
True.
Today, we are not in the line of 1,700. So what went wrong? Our economy was a blossom economy from 1967 to 1982. So what went wrong? Our agricultural developmental template was one of the best among the world. Where are we today? We are hungry driven or hungry thriving nation. So you can count them. Our economy has collapsed totally. What went wrong?
How is this a reflection of some foreign influence?
So all these things are reflecting on foreign influence, and I can tell you why we are here. We don't have time to discuss it, but I can tell you for free why we are here today, and the only things we can do to bring ourselves to cognizance.
Okay.
But we are not ready yet.
Well, the thing is, I want to believe that if our government will be able to reach out to, say, a larger percentage of Nigerians on individual levels, we don't have to go through the formal institutions, right? And even if we want to go through there, let us extend hands to innovators in this country. Let us extend hands to tech-driven Nigerians. Let us extend hands to every other Nigerian out there, because I want to believe that they have some kind of solution, but somehow they are not being approached, and we are always geared towards following the archaic methods, the methods that we know, the old methods. I don't think there's so much innovation in the system that helps us address the challenges we face in the country.
It's not that there is not much innovations, but Nigerians don't encourage their own, and they don't motivate their own. So the moment you don't motivate and encourage people, they get into a circle of non-production, and that is where we are today. So you don't expect somebody to break evil and want the nation for him to present himself before the nation or the Committee of Nations. The issue here is different. When you say government, we are the government.
Okay.
Yeah, the leadership is, we don't have leadership. We don't have leadership. It's not as if we don't have people who are in leadership positions, but we don't have leadership because the government is not working. The government not working is the people not working.
So at the end of the day, it still boils down to the people.
So it's the people. When you say government, it's the people, not only the leaders.
But I've seen the people make attempts. I've seen the people, come out to cry. I've seen the people come out to say,
yes, because the leadership is faulty.
So how does it now? How do we blame the people in all of this?
It's because the people celebrate the faulty leadership.
Well, that has to be a set of people, because I have seen people come out to call out leaders in this country.
No, we don't have leaders. when you are calling out somebody, you should have a reason for calling out the person. I will call out Bola Ahmed Tinubu today for any reason. I will call out any governor or minister for any reason. I will call out any political appointee for any reason. Because one, they are not supposed to be there.
Okay.
They came in through a platform not identified by the people, but not identified by the government.
Well, I think it's theory at this point if we see that, because whether we like it or not, they are there.
They are there, but if you are there on your personal cognizance.
So what do we do when they are there? What is the best approach to follow people that are already there?
It's for the people to say, we are done with you. If in 2027, nobody come out and vote,
it will be rigged again.
you can't ring it. Everybody was home.
Okay.
If everybody is at home and they did not vote, and nobody was captured, then you have yourself to explain why are you a leader.
Okay, that's another angle.
So we then it will be a time for everybody to come back to the drawing board and said, this is what we want moving forward. But whether you like it in Benin or there was anything in Benin, it was because the people too are being taken for granted. So there cannot be a governance without the people. So you can see Cote d'Ivoire swearing in somebody for the 4th time, meaning it is a life thing.
So we can see
I think year 2, Obasanjo tried it to get a 3rd term. If he has succeeded then it will have also be a life thing.
Yes.
So we are, somebody may be somewhere sitting down now in Nigeria, you are also planning the same scheme for Nigeria. You can never tell.
Yes. So do we say it's an African, do we say that we as Africans or African countries gain their independence prematurely? Because we see this playing out in almost, and we see we're replicating a Western culture, but somehow we miss it out totally. So is it that we were not taught enough? Is it that we decided to withdraw too early?
No, apart from Ethiopia, that was not nationalized. No country in Africa had independence. What we had is a nation. The document we signed is for a nation, not independence. So we are not a sovereign nation. So when you are not a sovereign nation, they only gave you a placard to rule yourself. But ruling yourself has some art and laws underneath it that did not give you full authority. It's like a man who has a daughter and giving out the daughter to a man and said, you are marrying my daughter. I have a house for you. I am still supplying you the food. I am still doing everything. Any day my daughter is tired, she has a right to come back home. In fact, you are the one to pack your loads and start going. That is the system we are operating in Africa. And that is the system we are operating here. So they choose our the so-called leaders for us. So till the day we decide to choose our leaders, that is when you become a sovereign or independent nation.
In other words, it's not just by the name; it's actually by
if you go to UK today, they are already campaigning. The Labour and the other party are already campaigning to contest for who become the next prime minister. All right?
Yes, sir.
Do they come to Nigeria to campaign?
Not at all.
But when the campaign starts here, we'll go to Cotterham.
We'll go and meet our benefactors.
So these are the problems. So you should know that you are not a sovereign nation.
Indeed. Unfortunately, our time is fast spent. We might just have to, draw the curtains at this point. But it is an ongoing conversation. I'm sure we'll have you back to help us, finish off this what we have started. Thank you so much, sir, for
Thank you
on the show with us. We really appreciate your time.
Yeah.
And viewers, Global Morning wraps up in a bit. Please don't go anywhere.
Global Morning is your top morning show here on Global Television.
We bring you fresh news updates daily while delving into a variety of current affairs and topics.
And at the same time, keeping you well informed about important events, both national and internationals.
Global Morning serves as a valuable source of information, helping viewers like you start your day well informed.
Stay connected from Monday through Sunday to a wide range of latest news making rounds on Global Morning.
What is your problem? What's your problem? We're on the road to protest.
And the president meets all of our demands.
This is Global Morning.
All right, there we have it. It's been an interesting conversation from, the first conversation to this very one, talking about Nigeria's democracy. We had Prof telling us that we're not a sovereign nation yet. We still depend on our benefactors, and that is our colonizers. And that is same to other African countries. I don't know if you agree with that, though, but I think that's where he left the conversation today.
Well, a lot of people have different perceptions, but as it is, this is going to be the size of the conversation because we can't finish talking about all these things.
Absolutely.
Just in one sitting. But then, we would like all our viewers to know that the newspaper headlines are the editorial property of the various newspaper houses. Global Television have no contributions to it, and the view of all our guests is entirely theirs and not that of Global Television. Many thanks for joining us on Global Morning today. My name is Ramsey Enoch Agbo.
And my name is Priscilla Obasi, wishing you a beautiful day ahead.